Let me just say amen. Amen, amen again. Amen. I don't know where this epistle has been all my life, but I have come to love it. I love the epistle to James, or with James, or of James. It is the most practical application to Christianity. St. James is not about, meeting someone in the skies. St. James is very practical. So let's take a brief moment and find out who this James is. James is described by Josephus. Josephus is one of the early historians of the church. He is described as James, the brother of Jesus, who was called the Messiah. So James and Jesus most probably grew up in the same house. This, of course, is a problem only for Catholics because Jesus, according to Catholics, was an only child. But if we look at the Gospels themselves, they have no... this is not a big deal for them that Jesus had brothers and sisters and he grew up in a family. Now James says this, he has a number of things that he says about how the church is growing and how people are treating each other. In today's epistle, he says quite pointedly, faith without works is dead. Going around saying, I'm saved, I'm holy, yeah, fine, good, show me the works. What I love about our faith community is that we have found a way of putting our faith into action. And sometimes all it takes is one person to say something and immediately our faith springs into action. Several weeks ago, Cecile, put on the spot, remarked and said, it will be our birthday. I won't say which birthday, but it will be our birthday. And for my birthday, I do not want a party. All I want is paper products for the league. I would ask for a party for myself. But she thought about those that are in need. And true to form, she asked for 85 paper products, maybe, about. The Lord speaks. I was coming into church and one of the leaders of the league came up to me and she said, oh, we ran out of paper products on Wednesday. Apparently, they made their way to try to get some paper products here, and June said, don't you dare touch those. So thank you for thinking about those in need. That shows us that the faith that we profess has a practical implication in application in the world. The gospel passage is a very, very interesting one, and it is part of our messages. And I'll just draw out a couple of things for us, and maybe we can pick a thing or two to take home with. First, there are certain things that are preaching in today's gospel passage that are not really mentioned. And sometimes what preaches the loudest is something that you and I do not have an idea about, we don't know about, because we are 2,000 years removed from these writings. This writing, the Gospel of Mark, as we know, it was written in the year 60 AD by John Mark, who was a disciple of Peter. It is a gospel that seems to have been put together rather quickly, but there is a method to it. Mark divides his gospel, as we have said many times, into 4 sections of 4. There's the introduction, discipleship, the shadow of the cross, and then the last week of Jesus. In today's gospel, he mentions something that will, most people, it doesn't mean a thing at all. It is just a name of a place. He says, Jesus was nearing the villages of Caesarea Philippi when he posed this question to the disciples. So, a little bit of meditation on this town, Caesarea Philippi. See, you want to get up on that sun? It's hitting you right in the take care of my brother. Faith in action. See that? the backdrop in Caesarea Philippi is actually what preaches the loudest, though we don't know about it. This little town, Caesarea Philippi, was first known as Pantias. It was a town that was dedicated to the god Pantheus, the literal god Pantheus. Later on, Herod built a temple in Caesarea Philippi. So there is a grotto in Caesarea Philippi that runs really deep. That was the place of worship for the god Pantheus. That's in the background. On the other side, there is another temple. It is a temple that Herod built to honor Caesar Augustus. Caesar Augustus is believed to be a god. Caesar is the emperor. So Jesus is standing in front of the grotto of Pantheus and the temple of Caesar Augustus, and then he poses this question: who do you say that I am?